Some homes have squeaky floors. Others, they whisper names that aren't yours. Here are the top 10 haunted places so terrifying, no one could live in them. Let's open up the files. Located in the Xochimilco canals in Mexico, the island of the dolls is exactly what it sounds like. Except worse. Over 50 years ago, a man named Don Julian Santana started collecting old broken dolls and hanging them from trees across this tiny island. Why? He claimed he found the drowned body of a young woman nearby, and shortly after, her spirit began calling to him. The dolls were supposed to protect him. At first, locals thought Don Julian was just eccentric. Then he was found dead, in the exact same spot where he said the girl drowned. People say the dolls move their heads, twitch at night, or whisper in Nahuatl. And that's just what the brave boaters who pass by can hear. No one lives there, and no one stays long. New Orleans has its share of ghost stories, but the LaLaurie Mansion is where things turn too real. Built in the early 1800s, this French quarter estate once belonged to Madame Delphine LaLaurie. Let's just say she wasn't very kind to the people who worked for her. When a fire broke out in 1834, rescuers discovered a horrifying secret hidden inside the attic. And while we're not getting graphic, newspapers at the time called it a chamber of horrors. Since then, owners rarely last. Guests report hearing screams, running footsteps, and the feeling that someone is pressing on their chest while they sleep. People move in and move right back out. It now sits empty behind its courtyard gates. Even ghost tours walk by very quickly. Way out in New South Wales, Australia sits the Monte Cristo homestead. Imagine Gothic revival architecture, wrap-around verandas, and a vibe that just shouts, "Don't go inside." This place is often called the most haunted house in all of Australia, and for good reason. Over the decades, several tragedies unfolded here. Strange deaths, gruesome rumours, and eerie shadows that flicker even during the day. Visitors claim to feel an overwhelming pressure inside some rooms, doors slam with no wind, and animals refuse to enter. The current owners turned it into a museum, but no one lives there full time. Even the staff admit they never stay overnight unless they absolutely have to. Which is telling, especially coming from locals who grew up just down the road. Now here's a castle with a hole straight to hell, allegedly. Hauska Castle in the Czech Republic was built backward, as in the entrance faces nowhere, windows overlook nothing, and, weirdest of all, it was constructed directly over a cavern the locals feared was a portal to the underworld. Before it was sealed with a giant stone slab and Gothic architecture, this hole was said to release strange, humanoid creatures, half-beast winged things that terrified witnesses. Historical records talk about prisoners being lowered into the pit as a test. Spoiler, they screamed to be pulled back up, with white hair and missing years of memory. Today it's unmanned, unoccupied, and as silent as a deep breath in a crypt. No one dares sleep there, not even the caretakers. Tucked into the Ozark Hills of Arkansas, the Crescent Hotel might look beautiful from a distance. But inside, Room 105 has a legacy. Back in the 1930s, the hotel was used as a healing hospital by Norman G. Baker, a radio host turned fake doctor. No medical degree, loads of bad decisions. He claimed to cure cancer with spring water, and maybe a little faith healing. Patients disappeared, and some believe their spirits never left the hotel. Room 105 is routinely reported as the most active. Furniture moves on its own, and guests have woken up unable to breathe. The hotel still runs, but that room, constantly switched out of bookings. Even among horror lovers, it's earned a reputation as inhospitable, in every possible way. Chernobyl is already high on most people's never visiting lists, but there's one structure that creeps even experienced urban explorers. the last apartment in Building 16, Pripyat. It's on the 9th floor, left side. The door is charred. Inside, everything is still in place. Furniture, dishes, even shoes near the door. As if someone stepped out, then never made it back. What unsettles explorers the most are the strange humming sounds that reportedly echo from the hallway outside that unit, despite the fact that there's no power for miles. Some claim the door now sits ajar where it was once sealed, and yet no one can stay in the space for more than an hour. Their words, it feels watched. Niagara Falls has a haunted road no tourist brochure advertises. Deep in a stone tunnel in Ontario, screams echo. Hence the name, the Screaming Tunnel. The tunnel's infamous for a legend involving someone trying to escape through the passage. Some say a local tragedy left residual energy that's never faded. But modern reports are even stranger. A sulphuric smell hits your nose right before the air turns ice cold, followed by a scream. People have tried to camp near the tunnel or perform rituals inside. They never stay long. The tunnel is too unsettling, too unnatural. Even wildlife avoids it. Locals still drive by, headlights dimming just enough to remind them. The tunnel's never really empty. France's Château de Brissac is the tallest castle in the country, but its claim to fame isn't the view. It's the Green Lady. She's been seen wandering the halls with a partially missing face and a dress that makes a faint rustling sound, even when no one's moving. The original tale involves infidelity, rage, and a nobleman who handled things poorly. Let's just say 2 people vanished shortly after, and something stayed behind. The family that still technically owns the chateau doesn't live there full-time. Can you blame them? Doors open on their own. Voices whisper in the wine cellar, and guests report feeling cold hands brushing their necks. Beautiful from afar. But you could not pay someone to stay a night alone. Underneath Edinburgh, Scotland is a forgotten city of vaults. Built in the 1700s beneath the South Bridge, these dark stone chambers were once lively. But that didn't last. Darker businesses thrived underground. Gambling, storage, and possibly worse. Then came the sounds. Whispers in the silence. Shadows where light shouldn't reach. Today, despite tours, no one will stay in Vault 14. It's colder than the rest. Psychics have refused to enter. Some recordings captured growling, and then equipment failures. People have fainted, vomited, sprinted out in tears. Strangest of all? A visitor once saw a figure crawling on the ceiling like it was water. These vaults aren't just haunted, they're sealed off for a reason. In Iowa, there's a small white house with a gruesome history that made national headlines in 1912. It's now known as the Villisca Axe Murder House. After the tragedy, the home sat empty, changed hands, and even became a rental, until tenants started reporting strange noises, objects moving, and a heavy dark feeling, especially on the stairs. Paranormal teams tried to investigate. Some had to cut sessions short. Electrical drains, collapsing equipment, even nosebleeds. Eventually no one would live in it. Now it's a dark tourism site. They allow overnight tours, sure, but no one makes it until daylight without begging to leave. It's not just a haunted house, it's a place people actively avoid, even in daylight, because something in that place never rested. Thanks for sticking with me through some truly cursed architecture. If you liked this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that little haunted bell icon so you don't miss your next nightly file. New creepy episodes every weeknight. Until then, take care of yourself, sleep with one eye open, and remember, not every for sale sign tells the whole story. That was your dose of the unknown. See you in the next file. Subscribe for more of the unknown.